No strings on me, my children! Last year, we saw the beginning of the latest incarnation of the murderous puppets created by Andre Toulon. And there is still more to tell of their story. The puppets are not exactly happy to be puppets. After all, would you be happy being a foot tall and constantly under the sway of any murderous psychic who comes along? They even retain their memories of being human, which can't help the feeling of being trapped in this form. And so they find themselves in the company of a sorceress who also specializes in such dolls like the puppets and with the concept of soul transportation. Blade was sent to scout her out first, but what Blade does not tell the other puppets is that this woman, Madame Adon, lets a man use a vampiric puppet to murder his girlfriend and the man she was cheating on him with. He is that desperate to be human again, to be able to feel again. But Madame Adon is good to her word, letting the puppets find some victims to be their new bodies. One last act of murder before they can start fresh in new bodies. Her only payment is the puppets themselves, which they are happy to give away, save for Jester, who wants his as a keepsake. However, shortly afterwards, we see that the puppets are moving around once again, and for some, their new bodies are not exactly doing that well for them when they find out who it is they took possession of. The puppets come back and murder each of the resurrected souls one by one, save for Torch, who we learn is actually the son of Andre Toulon, partly estranged as he had joined the Nazi youth at one time in his life. But that more sadistic streak allowed him to get the jump on Torch. As for the rest of our former puppets, well, as each of them dies, they appear together in hell, and we learn that Madame Adon is actually a servant of a demon. You see, in Puppet Master 4 and 5, we learned that Andre had gotten his masterful puppet making and soul transference knowledge through a demon named Sutek. They defeated Sutek, but what this comic reveals is that Toulon went back to look in on Sutek's body to confirm he was dead, only to discover Sutek's son, Anapa, having gained his power. Madame Adon works for Anapa, who wants to use the puppets for his own nefarious purposes, although he claims to just want their souls. Torch attacks her and then kills himself to appear in hell, having dreams about this encounter with Anapa. He strikes a deal with the demon, return them to their puppet bodies, perform 7 nightmarish tasks for Anapa, but once the deal is up, their souls will be free to go. Obviously, a bargain with a demon is never so simple a task, especially since the puppets did not know of Anapa's connection to Madame Adon, but it matters not. For the moment, these people were once more puppets, in more ways than one. Puppet Master reminds us all that sometimes we make a choice of our own free will, but that does not mean there were no strings attached.